Hey everyone, it's JoJo and I'm bringing you more Beyblade Burst Hasbro unboxings. Today we have 4 Burst remakes of the classic gen Beyblades. So this is still part of Beyblade Burst Rise, but they have SlingShock performance tips. And I do want to give a huge thank you to the King Ty of the WBO, longtime friend, longtime Beyblader, who gifted this to me. So thank you so much, Ty, for this. I miss you, I miss all of the LA Bladers. And I miss hanging out with you guys and just having fun at Beyblade tournaments and going to dinner afterwards. So yeah, thank you so much for still keeping me in mind. And I can't wait till this pandemic is over so we could start Beyblading together again soon. Alright, so moving on. On the left we have Phantom Driger S. This is a balance type. And they all have recolors, and here's a quick view of the back of the packaging. I'll just do it very quickly. And on the top we have Fang Dragoon F, which is an attack type, left spinning Beyblade. And then beneath that we have Crystal Dronzer F, and apparently this one is also a balance type. And then finally Guard Draciel S. And just judging by its name, you know it is a defense type. Alright, so yeah, super weird. The colors are really different, especially, not extremely different, but Driger just looks kind of weird. I kind of do like Guard Draciel out of all of them. And Fang Dragoon and Crystal Dronzer, they kind of have their same colors. This one has more of like an off-white, or almost looks gray a little bit, and this one does have like little sparkles on the inside. But yeah, with that said, let's just get to unboxing. Alright, and here are all 4 of the Beyblades. Let's start off with Fang Dragoon F here on the left side. This is a left spinning Beyblade, considered as an attack type. It's got 4 points of attack on each side, and it is a little bit more dulled out, at least the points are, compared to its predecessor. It doesn't really have much of an attack power than it does of its previous kind, but it is pretty good for like spin stealing just a little bit because it is a little bit smoother, but not the best. And the color here is okay. Normal Dragoon typically has just a really white color. This one is more translucent, it has sparkles in it, and it has stickered already applied orange stickers. And here's the back side, the QR code for those who don't already have it. And the parts it comes with, the forged disc is 7. And the performance tip, all of these performance tips are SlingShock version, so this is Jaggy-S. And to activate SlingShock, you just twist it and then pull it out and twist it back again to lock it. So that is SlingShock version right there. You can see that it's kind of like a whole flat, but not completely flat. You can see that it does have jagged edges, which is appropriate for its name. But let's just put it back in normal mode for now. See how well this fits. Oh, that has some pretty tight slopes. Not too bad. Alright, so that is Fang Dragoon F. Let's move on to Crystal Dronzer F. Here's the energy layer, and I believe this is considered as a balance type as well. Dronzer has always been a balance type because it does have tips that could change modes from like attack to endurance or something. And here's the Dronzer Bit Beast. Dronzer is one of my favorite from back in the day. It kind of still holds true to its original colors, but it is a little bit lighter, a little bit translucent, not quite. It does have those sparkly bits on the inside, as do all of them. And here is the back side for the QR code. And the parts that this Beyblade comes with is 4. And I believe this is Tower-S, I'm pretty sure. And this one I've always had trouble, like the Tower SlingShock one, I've always had trouble activating it because, I don't know, it's just like really small. I can't grip onto it. as well. So I usually have like something like pliers to pinch onto it and pull it out. Some of them are like that, some of them are not. I don't know, I just get unlucky with them. So I'll activate SlingShock mode some other time. Alright, and then that one fits pretty okay as well. The next up we have Phantom Driger S. This is probably my least favorite color. I don't like it. So Driger normally has just like a gray color. Gray, white, little bit of blue on the stickers. The stickers are fine. I just don't really like this weird, like orangey color. I don't know. It just looks a little weird. But yeah, again, here is the Bit Beast of Driger. And Driger, I believe, has always been a stamina type or an endurance type, but with this one, it is a balance type. Here's the back side. QR code for those who want it. And the parts that this comes with, we have 2 for the forged disc, and this is Zeta-S. So this has multiple mode changes. I believe this is like supposed to be like a ball mode, like a defense mode, but it's just super flat. So that's gonna be more attack. This one is probably more balance orientated or stamina orientated. Oh wow, that doesn't turn. I think it's too thick. Oh, I think that's like a mistake in manufacturing. It doesn't turn. And it's pulled out. I'm pretty sure I pulled it all the way out. Yeah, that's stuck there. Ooh, that is not good. Anyway, so this is like a fusion tip, flat with a little spike in the middle. And on the other side, well, that fits there, so it could only go one way, I guess. This one is an attack mode, which kind of looks like Quake a little bit, but not as inclined. But yeah, so that doesn't turn. Ah, so this one's really stuck. That's really bad. Oh, I can't even, oh, there it goes. I was gonna say, I can't even take it back. Ooh, that's not good if you can't change the modes on that. Yeah, so I might have to shave something down on the inside here because it's not turning. It's just getting caught. Or it just like, you have to force it and then it goes through, but it's still kind of hard to take it back. So that goes there. Yeah, that's a little bit difficult to, yeah. So you kind of have to force it. I guess I don't have to shave anything down, but that just makes, it a little annoying. Anyway, a little of a manufacturing mistake there. That one's really loose. Really loose. Alright, and last but not least, we have Guard Draciel S, and I really do like this color, this recolor. So this is a defense type. It's got kind of like 4 points like Dragoon over here, but not as prominent. I mean, this is a defense type after all, so it's gonna look a little bit more tanky than others. Here's the underside for the QR code. Go ahead and scan that right now. And then it comes with the 1 forged disc, and we have Atomic-S. This is a SlingShock version of Atomic. And I believe there's just like a little thing right here. Pull that up and check that out. Really wide. Ooh, that one's really tight. Alright, so this one's probably the tightest. Second is Dragoon, and then Dronzer, then Driger. That makes sense for being a defense type anyway. And same thing for being attack type of Dragoon being an attack type. Alright, so let's just do a quick weight comparison for those who are curious. So Fang Dragoon F all together, 33.97. Guard Draciel S all put together, 34.59. And then Crystal Dronzer F, ooh, 33 even. And then lastly, Phantom Driger S, 31.83. So that's the lightest. Alright, now it's time for some test launches. I'll be launching them in normal mode and then in SlingShock mode. Alright, test launch time, and I've brought back the SlingShock base stadium. Let's start off with Fang Dragoon. First in normal mode. 3, 2, 1, let it. Alright, getting to the rails a little bit, but not quite making it. And it just looks like it's gonna stay right here in the middle. So let's switch it over to SlingShock mode on the Jaggy performance tip. 3, 2, 1, let it. Yeah, making up into the rails a lot easier. Next up we have Crystal Dronzer in normal mode first. 3, 2, 1, let it. Couldn't quite make it up there. It did get into the little speed cradle a little bit. This is more of an incline anyway, so there's a little bit of a climb there. And it's just gonna stay right in the middle for the rest of the battle, so let's switch it over to SlingShock mode. 3, 2, 1, let it. Yeah, it's getting up there really easy. Next up we have Draco S. This doesn't really have a SlingShock mode, but we're going to try out the different modes of the Zeta performance tip. So first mode, it's in that really flat tip, which is supposed to be defense mode, but not really. 3, 2, 1, let it. Yeah, so this mode is supposed to be the most aggressive, but it's also kind of unstable. And the thickness of the performance tip, it does hit the rails more, and so I feel like it just like hits the rails and it just loses stamina against them. So let's move it over to the other tip, which is the other flat tip, the other attack mode. 3, 2, 1, let it. Alright, so this mode looks a little bit more stable than like the wider flat tip, but obviously it doesn't have a lot of surface area, so it's not going to get into the rails as easily as the other tip. And the next mode is kind of like the balance / stamina mode with the fusion tip. 3, 2, 1, let it. And that's pretty much how it's going to be unless you hit it with another Beyblade, so let's try that. It should do like a little counter mode. Something a little bit like that. That probably wasn't the best demonstration, but whatever. And lastly, we have Guard Draciel with the Atomic S performance tip. First, the normal mode. So this performance tip actually is actually pretty good for defense. It's got a really smooth ball, and I believe it's a little bit smaller than the Takara Tomy version. But when switched over to SlingShock mode, it gets a little bit crazy. Alright, SlingShock mode. That was a nice jump it did over here, and it came off the little speed cradle. Alright you guys, that is it for this unboxing video. No battles in this video. That will be directly after this. So stay tuned for that. What do you guys think about these recolors of the Burst remakes from Plastic Gen? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I will see you next time with more Beyblade Burst. See you soon.